Sorry? You can do, as long as no one kicks it over.
Where's the window?
The window is between the chair and no, the window is between the chair and the sidewalk there.
Yeah.
Just here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's not the whole.
Right, lights are up.
Just exactly how long do you intend keeping us here, Constable? 30 minutes and absolutely nothing has happened.
Oh, I'm sure it won't be long, madam. The inspector, he's familiarising himself with the layout of the house.
Tell me, Constable Tompkins, I was wondering if it might be one of the inspectors with whom I've worked on previous occasions.
Oh, I don't believe so, Miss Maple. Actually, he's an acting inspector. Apparently there's a nasty flu virus going on at Milton, so plainclothes are very thin on the ground.
So we've been kept waiting, in fact, by a sergeant. Oh, I don't see the necessity, Constable. We've given you our statements last night.
Calm down, old girl. Get nowhere trying to rush things. Inspector just trying to follow routine. Got to have routine in the services. Lose your discipline if you don't.
I don't care how long they keep us here as long as they found out who killed our Mildred. How could anyone?
Sit yourself down, my dear. Dash rotten business. But we've got to keep the old stiff upper lip, eh?
I know, but she was just laying there with all the blood.
Oh, Mr. Bunting, perhaps you might get the young lady a drink.
Oh, very well, sir. As you like. Here we are, Miss Dorothy.
Thank you.
So take it, my dear. I'll soon calm you down.
Yes,
Try not to think about it. Best way.
yes, I know. I'll be all right in a moment.
Of course, a bullet does such terrible damage to the skull at close range.
Really, Miss Marple, do you have to?
Oh, I'm so terribly sorry. Oh, how thoughtless of me, but it's just I've grown so used to these things. The blood, the brains.
So this will be the lounge.
So we've been kept waiting all this time, Sergeant, just so that you could draw such an obvious deduction.
Inspector Pratt. Yes, it was obvious, Mrs.
Craddock.
Well, Mrs. Craddock, that's the way I work. Start with the unmistakable and then proceed to the unmistakable. For instance, were any of you aware that this elephant had recently been roasted? I thought not.
Well, it's more usual for elephants to be poached, oh boy. Just trying to lighten up the proceedings.
And you are?
Charles Craddock. Colonel Charles Craddock. Retired!
So you'll be the wife of Mrs. Craddock here? Are we all assembled, Thompson?
Tompkins, sir.
Oh, yes.
They're all here, sir.
Good. Then I'll begin. And I would have done the business with me, that you never even say it. Now, I should listen to this very closely, Thompson, or it will more sophisticated down in Milton than you are out there in the sticks.
Sophisticated, sir. Is that one it, sir, or two?
I've assembled you all here to ask you some questions about the regrettable and unfortunate circumstantials of yesterday.
Excuse me, Inspector, but we gave our statements for gentlemen last night.
I'm quite aware of that, madam, but I wanted to see you all for myself. A good detective can spot a villain a mile off at close range. And you are?
Elizabeth Huntley Drumpington.
So, we're all in the very room where Mrs. Bagshot was so cruelly and brutally cut down last night. So, what I'd like to do at this stage is to...
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Thompson?
Tompkins, sir.
Yes, what is it?
Mrs. Bagshot wasn't actually in this room, sir. She was in the hallway, by the doorway, sir.
I was quite aware of that.
Sorry, sir.
As I was saying, the shot which so fatally killed Mrs. Bagshot was fired from this very room. So, what I would like to do at this stage is to...
Sorry again, sir.
Yes, what is it now?
The shot wasn't actually fired from this room, sir. The murderer was in the hallway, sir, and fired through the doorway, sir.
Thank you very much. I don't think we need to be such sticklebacks with detail, Thompson.
Tompkins, sir.
The bullet, which killed Mrs. Bagshot, passed through this very room in which we are now assembled.
Oh, without a doubt, sir.
So, first of all, what I'd like you all to do is take up your positions in which you were in when the fateful occurrence occurred. Where are you going?
To do as you asked, Sergeant.
Sir, they were all elsewhere, except for one, sir.
Then why did you assemble them in here?
You asked me to, sir. In the lounge, you said, sir.
Are you trying to make me look a fool, Thompson?
Oh, no, sir. That's the last thing you need.
You'll need to buck up your ideas if you want to make your way in this force. And I'm conscious I'm in the wrong place here, Mike, but never mind. So, for the sake of briefness and brevity, I will conduct my questioning in here.
I wish he'd made his mind up.
Which one of you was in here when young Mrs. Bagshot was so cruelly cut down in her prime?
It was me, Inspector.
And you are?
Oh, Miss Mabel.
And your surname, Miss Mabel?
Mabel's her surname, sir. She's somewhat of a celebrity in the village.
Oh, right, thank you, Thompson.
Tompkins, Inspector.
Quite. And what is the reason for your celibacy, Miss Mabel?
Wait, it's hardly that, Inspector. It's simply that I've been involved with this kind of thing many times.
Murder?
Most regrettably, yes, Inspector.
I see. Regrettable indeed. So you were the only person alone in the room? Thompson, you looking at me? You were the only person in the room when the bullet passed through. Did you see anything?
Oh, I'm afraid not, Inspector. It was travelling rather too fast.
Just as I suspected.
Oh, but I do remember her last words. She must have caught sight of the murderer. She said, "So you found." Then the shot was fired. I ran to her, but upon examination she was dead.
I see. Did she say anything?
No, Inspector.
Thank you, Miss Mabel. Colonel Craddock.
It's my pleasure.
Oh, sorry about that.
No, that's quite nice. If you're going to say something else, that's quite good. But it's my pleasure, Inspector. I only wish to be more help. However, I hope you won't mind me saying there will perhaps be less confusing if you simply called me Joan.
Colonel Craddock.
Yes, old boy.
It was your gun, and I'm going to put myself right there, it wasn't that one. It was your gun that was used to perpetuate this crime, was it not?
Afraid so. Some bounder stole it from the hall.
Careless, very careless, And then everything over here. Just checking the dining room. So, if we piece all that together, what have we got? Thompson.
I don't know, sir. Mrs. Bagshot may have been trying to say, so you found your gun, implying that she saw the Colonel, sir.
Exactly. I was wondering how long it would take you to work that out, Thompson. And what do you say to that, Colonel?
Preposterous! I was in the lavatory, down the hall.
Or do you have any witnesses?
Of course I don't, man. Chap doesn't take witnesses to the little boy's room. Unless he's up to no good, of course.
Well, according to the statements, your wife was in her room. So, what about you, Mrs. Hartley? What are you, Mrs. Hartley? What?
Elizabeth Hartley Trumpington. I'm sorry. I was changing. I was changing, Inspector. Pierre had just taken my bags up for me.
Changing? So you were scantily clad in your underwear.
Quite naked, Inspector.
Right. What about our mysterious French friend?
Bonjour, Inspector. Je vous adresse mon ami.
Bonjour, mon amigo.
Inspector, Pierre does speak quite excellent English.
Well, in that case, I will address my questions in English for those of you less affluent than myself. Where was-vous when the chute was fired? Sorry about that. No, it's next time we'll do that.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it's round two. Where was-vous when the chute was fired? Sorry.
Yeah,
this is
you
the bit
missed
where you
out.
put your
You
hand.
missed
Yeah, sorry, right.
Where was it when the got
I mean,
back on the
yeah.
stairs? Stop.
Where were you when the shot, bang, was fired? Ah,
Was also in my room.
well that leaves two unaccounted for. Well, what's your name?
Dorothy Froxton. No, it's my auntie.
So that would mean that you were her nephew.
Her niece, Inspector. I helped her.
Oh, did she have trouble getting about?
No,
Or why do you mention her knees?
I didn't. I live here. I was in the kitchen when I heard the shot.
There is a connecting door, sir, between the kitchen and the dining room.
I hadn't noticed that, Thompson.
Oh, sorry, sir.
So what did you do?
Well, I ran into the hallway and there was nobody there.
Sorry,
And
I should be. I'm sorry.
yeah, you're with me.
So what did you do? So what did you do?
Well, I ran into the hallway and there was nobody there, and so then I came in here and then I found a party.
Oh, thank you, Miss Foxwell. So that just leaves you.
Bunting's,
Yeah, I deducted that. The faithful family container. So where were you?
in the cellar, sir, stock taking.
And where is the cellar?
Down there, sir.
Ah, and where's the door?
At the end of the hall, sir.
Oh, I see. You can show me that. You can show me that later.
It's just an ordinary door, sir.
Ah, very interesting. Very interesting indeed. So where does that leave us, Thompson?
7 possible suspects and not a corroborated alibi between them, sir.
Well, look here, Inspector. You can't think it was one of us. Respectable people, dash it.
And you have a better idea?
Of course I have. Thought you'd have walked it up by now. Burglar fella enters house, finds gun. Spotted by Mildred Leiter Schulter.
is a possibility, Colonel. A very strong possibility.
But Mrs. Bagshot does seem to have recognised the killer, sir.
Oh, which is why I dismissed it immediately. So why are you trying to cast suspicion elsewhere, Colonel? Keep an eye on him, Thompson.
What are you suggesting?
Complete balderdash. So, where do we go from here?
Oh, I expect I know where you're leading, Inspector.
Oh, you do? Well, perhaps the good people here would like to share a little secret, Mrs. Marbles.
In my experience, it is the most crucial point.
Oh, yes. The utmost cruciality. I'll let you take over from here, Thompson. It'll be a good experience for you.
Oh, thank you, sir. I assume we're looking for a motive, sir.
Oh, well done, Constable.
Exactly. What was the motive?
I don't know, sir.
Oh, well, there may well be a will, Constable. Invariably a very good starting point.
Oh, thank you. Does anyone
Thank
know...
you, Thompson. I'll take over now. Does anyone know the will?
I think I may be able to help you, Inspector.
And do you know the terms?
My auntie once mentioned it, and I think it's held by the solicitor.
And do you know the terms?
No, I'm afraid not.
Pity. Anybody else?
Begging your pardon, your worship.
Inspector will suffice.
Mrs. Bagshot did once say that if anything happened to her, she'd leave me a small pension. Would that be all right, sir?
Oh, well, I'm afraid it's not up to me. But do you know anything else?
Well, I did once accidentally hear her telling someone else about the will, but I didn't catch the details.
And who was she talking to?
I can't say, sir. I don't want to get anyone into trouble.
Trouble! That's it! That's how I know your face. Some kind of trouble!
If you don't...
You've ever been to India, Bunting?
If you don't mind, Colonel, I ask the questions.
Have you ever been to India, Bunting?
No, sir.
Pity. Another dead end.
I think Mr. Bunting was going to tell us about the will, sir.
I know, Thompson, I'd forgotten. Well, the will, what?
I don't remember, sir.
Don't remember what?
The question, sir, it's a shock, sir. My legs have turned to jelly.
Come, Mr. Bumstein, don't trifle with me. You were going to tell us... Thompson?
About the will, sir.
Yeah, about the will. Just checking. Sorry, well done, just checking.
It was Miss Dorothy, sir.
Ah, now we're getting somewhere. Why didn't you tell me about this before?
Because my name isn't Dorothy, Sergeant.
I realise that, Miss Haddock. Don't underestimate me. Now, I haven't mentioned the will to you earlier, Miss Foxglove, because I felt you were already too upset. However...
You did actually, sir.
What?
A minute ago, sir. She denied all knowledge.
Very good, Thompson. You're getting the hang of it now. Well, did you lie, miss?
Sorry, I didn't mean to. I was just frightened. Auntie told me that I was to inherit the largest part of the estate, and I thought you would suspect me.
Well, that certainly doesn't surprise me. I've had my suspicions from the start.
Well, I didn't kill her. I didn't do it. You've got to believe me.
Oh, I believe you, my dear.
Fortunately, Miss Marbles, I'm not so gullible. Miss Foxglove here had a strong motive, and what's more, she had a very good reason. She was in the kitchen, which made it possible for her to stealthily steal into the hall where she stole the gun. Shortly after stealing the gun, she stole slyly into the doorway and then shot Mrs. Shugbot.
But I didn't.
I think that ties things up nicely, Thompson. Charge her.
Pardon, sir?
Charge her. We'll take her down the station.
I wonder if I might have a word, sir.
What is it now?
I don't think we can charge her, sir. We don't have any real evidence.
What's the matter with you, man? We're the police, we can make it up.
But if it doesn't stick, sir?
Of course it'll stick. When I finish with her, she'll be putty in the hands.
I was only thinking about your reputation, sir.
What?
If we couldn't make a real case, sir.
Hmm. Right, that'll be all for now. Don't leave the house. I may have further interrogations and questions later on.
What about me?
Same applies to you, especially to you, Miss
Oh,
Fox.
this is ridiculous. Don't leave the house indeed. I shall be reporting you, Sergeant.
Oh, would anybody care for a pot of tea? It's me. I'm sorry, I completely forgot I had to say anything. Would anybody care for a pot of tea? I do so find it helps to calm the nerves.
Double gin and tonic.
Well, wondered if I could have a word of mine. Somewhat confidential, delicate matter and all that.
Yes.
Bit tricky. I wouldn't want my wife to get wind.
Does she have history?
What of?
Wind?
No, oh boy, it's the point. Can I rely on your discretion?
Naturally, Colonel. Nothing you say will go any further than my ears.
I do know a bit about the will. Mildred said she was leaving me £5,000.
I don't think that sort of sum need concern us, Colonel.
Bit more to it, oh boy. If I happen to survive Dorothy, her share of the estate is to pass to me. It's unlikely, but
That would be a great deal, sir. Why leave it to you?
that's the delicate part. We were close friends.
But she must have had many friends, sir.
Some, yes. The thing is, over the years, we had a very close relationship, liaison.
Oh, an affair, sir?
Well, I wouldn't go that far more. It was, yes,
How long's this been going on?
Do you mind, Thompson?
close on 30 years. I've been on a bit over the recent years, of course. Hate the wife to find out. Wouldn't want to upset the old apple cart, if you take my meaning.
I see no reason why she should. We're all men of the world, Colonel.
That's grateful. All this sets a chap's head spinning. Think that's everything. Made a clean breast. Any objection if I take a stroll around the garden?
Well, there's no need to take turns, Colonel. I've got plenty to do in here.
Good show. Glad we understand each other. Maple.
Oh, Will,
Never seen
sir.
such a thing. Can't a chap have some privacy?
I hope you weren't doing what I thought, Miss Maple.
Oh, certainly not comfortable. I was just returning to retrieve my knitting. I seem to have mislaid. Ah, there it is. There. Would anybody care for a scone?
Oh, I wouldn't say no, Miss Maple. Very kind of you.
Oh, and I expect the inspector would care for one as well. I won't be a moment.
What do you think so far, sir?
I don't know. It's a tricky one, Thompson.
Tompkins, sir.
So many suspects and not a corrugated alibi between them. The one who just left, Miss Mabel Marples, she worries me. Why is she so keen to be known as Mrs. Jones?
Actually, her name's Miss Maple, sir.
Really? Oh, that's another of her aliases, is it? Anyway, by her own confession, she's murdered before.
No, sir. She just sold them, sir.
Colonel Haddock, very fishy. Does he know more than he's saying?
Oh, I doubt it, sir. Anyway, why would he tell us so much in the first place?
Easy. As soon as he saw me, he realised he'd have to come clean. He's used to dealing with trained men. He recognised my relentless, ruthless streak and knew I'd leave no turd unstoned in the pursuit of justice.
I see, sir.
Strange, though, that he should mention this Mildred woman. We need to check her out, see where she sort of fits into this.
She's dead, sir. She was murdered.
Another one? My God, Thompson, it makes you shudder to think some of the people will do. But you know, I've got a gut feeling Dorothy Foxtrot is our man.
Woman, sir.
What?
Dorothy Foxton's a woman, sir.
I wondered how long it would take before you came round to my way of thinking.
That's not exactly what I meant, sir. You see, you said... oh, it doesn't matter, sir.
Are you trying to be funny, Thompson?
No, but I think there might be 1 or 2 stones left to turn, sir.
Sorry, right, try me again. Are you trying to be funny, Thompson?
Oh, no, sir.
Good, doesn't suit you.
I have scones. I do hope you like strawberry jam. It's rather my favourite.
Oh, thank you, Miss Maple. Very kind, I'm sure.
Not while you're on duty, Thompson.
Pardon, sir.
We've got an image to maintain. If you want to do something, fetch me the gun. It's in the car. And do something with this. Could be important evidence. Can't leave that lying around. Now, when Thompson comes back, I'd like to try a little experiment. See if we can jog your memory, Miss Marbles.
Oh, that may be helpful. You know, I feel very uneasy. At this stage, I usually have a little inkling.
Really? Well, that doesn't really stop you, madam. I think it's down the hall on the left.
I must say, I'm absolutely delighted that you've eliminated me from your inquiries, Inspector.
Oh, I wouldn't say that, Miss Marbles. Or should I call you Mrs. Jones? I discount and illuminate no one.
In that case, you really must be more careful, Inspector. If I were a deranged killer, I could just have eliminated you.
I think not. I'm a highly trained fighting machine.
But I've come across so many cases of poisoning, a most unpleasant death. I don't find it such an underhand method.
Oh, Thompson, that time. Now, I intend to try an old and trusted technique to see if Miss Marbles here can remember or recall anything about the event. It's what you might call a reconstitution. So, you be Mrs. Big Shot, Thompson, and I'll be the killer.
Oh, and would you like me to be myself, Inspector?
Good idea.
Oh,
I have Mrs. Bagshot's last words recorded, sir.
oh, I believe Mildred said she was going to the dining room to find a book.
Ah, good. Already the plot
Now,
thickens.
you should be in the hall, Inspector.
I know, I was going.
I'm going to go to the dining room to find a book.
Bang!
You gave me such a shock, so I see you found your...
Bang! Ah!
Okay. How very careless, Inspector. You shot Constable Tompkins.
Well done. Well done, everybody.
Nice, weren't we? We were
Sorry?
a bit all over the place.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, and it'll become quite obvious, I think, when we
Yeah.
view it back.